This episode of Jocks and Jills is brought to you by SHARKNINJA, Shark Beauty, Shark Home, and Ninja Kitchen. And today we want to tell you about the Shark Power Detect 2-in-1 robot vacuum and mop with Never Touch Pro Base. This combined vacuum and mop is designed for better, faster, and smarter cleaning with low maintenance. It automatically empties debris into the 60-day capacity bin, refills its own water tank for up to 30 days, and washes and dries the mopping pad after every clean. It also features Never Stuck technology, so the robot lifts to maneuver over obstacles, cross thresholds, and avoids getting stuck while mopping. It lifts mopping pad over carpets to prevent wet messes and deliver whole home mopping coverage. SHARKNINJA is a proud founding partner of the PWHL and our presenting sponsor here at Jocks and Jills. Okay, let's get into it. Episode 15 of Jocks and Jills. We're at the international break. Rivalry Series happening. World Euro Hockey Tour happening. ODR happening in Tessa's backyard. Really excited to get on that thing Monday. I'm fired up.
I can honestly say that, I remember having one as a kid and just knowing to have one, never really knowing what goes into it. And now, I find myself on any spare moment, just researching stuff about outdoor
You're a
rinks.
nice guy, eh?
Yeah.
That's so awesome.
I can't tell you how excited I am for my homemade Zamboni to get going.
Dude, they're going to be calling you in Milan if you're not careful. They're going to get you on speed dial.
You want to know what's funny? Is when I was when Ed was gone to Costa Rica, I was measuring out the size of our rink and I maximized every free space that we have. And I'm like, all right, sweetheart, the tarps, the boards that we build are in 8-foot boards. So I got one side that's not an 8-foot divisible number. I can shrink it by 2 feet, so it is. And then it got to a point where I was just my backyard is the rink in Milan. I didn't shrink it 2 feet though. I kept it regulation. Don't worry, guys.
We should just play the games in your backyard.
We could replay the games in my backyard. Anyways, it's so sick. The kids are so pumped. Every morning, Annie's out is it frozen? I'm it better be, because I'm getting on there real soon with that Zamboni to make it nice and flat and smooth. The only thing I regret is not putting a logo at the bottom.
Yeah, that's okay. It's year one. You can't go full logo in year one. We'll go full lines and J&J logo in the middle next year. We'll come do the painting with you.
Unbelievable. Yeah. And the other thing that I was I've got this golf net that I hit balls into, and I was I'll just put that at the end so it protects our TV and
that's
if people want to
smart.
sit. Not that my kids can raise a puck yet by any means, but I know once Ed and I get out there, we're going hard. We're not just meandering. So then I was well, then on the other side, I got to protect our hot air pump and whatever this stuff is under the stairs. So now I'm on a hunt today at some point. I don't know when. Likely going to be a purchase that I'm going to have to order to pick up. You know what I'm talking about? Where someone already has it for you.
Yeah,
for
love
netting.
those curbside pickups. Nice. Okay, that's fun.
Yeah. And I started to build. Am I crazy? So our boards are high on one end because our property's on a bit of a slope. Anyways, but it's where you're going to come out of the garage where you get ready. And so I've built this path. But then because the boards are high, I've built a step up and a big platform for everyone to step up and over and in.
Oh, I love that. You are. You're like a
Die
rink rat. You're like a Zamboni person.
I know.
It's your passion in life. I could see you being such a good rink rat, being the person in the Zamboni room.
Yeah.
Everybody comes to with their problems.
My favorite part
my dream job.
Is it's just you build an outdoor rink and it's a community thing. Our neighbors are already is it ready? The kids are stoked. My kids this morning, Theo's homesick. Can I go skate outside? I'm dude, if you're homesick, you ain't going outside and skating. Although that's what I want to do.
Yeah.
But everyone just wants to be on it and everyone just comes and plays and it's a blast. And that's the best part about outdoor rinks.
Yeah, I'm looking outside. I got my blinds closed, but I see it's a sunny day today. I'm itching to get outside right now as soon as we finish.
It's crispy.
I'm
Dropped
putting my
Danny
snow
off
pants
this morning.
on.
The snow's got a crunch. It's crispy out there.
Nice.
Neck warmer. I would suggest a neck warmer. That's all I'm going to say.
I got my long johns on.
Okay.
I'm layered up. We love it. We love layers on this podcast.
I got one more thing to tell you. I was doing some cleaning out of like toys and stuff. So I needed extra bins. So I just started going through like whatever's in our bins. And I came across the jackets that we wore in the shoeless photo shoot.
There they are. There they are, the famous photos. We pulled them up a couple times on this podcast. Really weird photo shoot of Team Canada after the 2010 Olympics, I think we've discovered. Wearing capris and no shoes, and who has a side pony happening.
And it wasn't even Canada specific.
Yeah, there has been USA photos discovered as well. It's a real mystery we're trying to uncover on this podcast.
If anyone knows Tom Dolan,
we need to talk to him.
Have him reach out, please.
We need to know more.
And I need to see his database.
Full of feet photos of hockey players. I wonder if he did the men's team as well. And there's a photo of Sid looking like Peter Pan.
Imagine Sid
fully
in capris.
Oh my God, getting capris around those calves would be
Ryan Miller, the US tendy. Oh my God.
Oh, that's so good. Okay, lots to catch up on this week. Let's get right into it. Headlines around women's hockey. Shall we start with bringing in our friend Emma Buckles? Talk a little bit of Jocks Next Gen. Buckies, come on out of your little corner. Let's have a catch up. Hello. Emma Buckles joins the pod, host of Jocks Next Gen alongside Florence Schelling. We're going to get into Rivalry Series. I know that there was a lot of prospects popping off in Edmonton last night in that game. Abby Murphy specifically, your most recent guest on Jocks Next Gen. Are we comfortable calling that like a little Emma Buckles bump, getting to talk to you and then ripping it up?
Yeah, no, she's helping us build a good reputation. So if you want to pop off in a game, come on the pod.
Yeah. That's just how it goes. I need to have a good game. Best I text Buckles or just slide right into the DMs.
Yeah, you're going to have people requesting you to come on, Bucks.
Yeah. Buckies, we got to ask because I feel like, how's it been going? Big transition for you. How's the show? How's things with Florence?
Girls, miss you. Love being back on here. Yeah, no, it's been so much fun. Florence is an absolute stud. Gotten to know her a lot more. And yeah, we got a bunch of bloopers now of us just like giggling. So that's when you know things are going well. Yeah, so definitely have my ribs hurting after each record, and we're having a lot of fun with it.
Nice.
Did anything about that Abby Murphy interview surprise you?
No, not at all. The kid's an absolute beauty on and off the ice. And I knew we were going to have a fun time. Yeah, I hope no lawyers listen because she admits some things that she does, like hitting cars. So besides that, yeah, no, I expected everything.
Can't prove it.
No, that's so good. No. Also, what was it like watching the Ohio-Wisconsin game with Tessa last week?
Okay. It was great.
Okay. There's definitely a bottle of wine in the mix for Tess. But yeah, it was like another goal would happen. I was like looking over, just straight face, deadpanned over there. Tess was arms crossed. So yeah, I definitely want to make that happen again. Hopefully Ohio comes out on top and Tess is a little bit happier though.
It's a good learning lesson for the ladies. Like I always say, like you got to run into some adversity, right? You really got to check yourself and test yourself sometimes. So I don't mind dropping a game or two early season. Like this is before New Year's, right? So like still plenty of time for the ladies to make a push. Like I'll lose those games 10 times out of 10 and there's romp them in the WCHA playoffs and in the NCAA playoffs, right?
It's strategy, eh?
Yeah. Sandbagging. I'm not saying that's what it was. I must say, back when I played, which was before both of you were probably born, or you guys were probably two. Julie, what year were you born in?
98.
Okay, you were
Buckles
older.
99.
Maybe. You were like 4 or 5.
You're older than Buckles.
You were 5 when I was playing
on the podcast. Why is it always feels like
Julia's
I'm Buckles'
ancient.
dad. Like, please.
Anyways, when like I know there's beef between these two teams and stuff, and like I guess my team that I played for didn't really have beef, but like there was no shushing a bench. It was like we all just acted like we had been there before. You know what I'm saying?
You know, Simsy's definitely been there before. She
I
just
would love to see Tessa out on the ice.
Go there, do that. I don't know. That man, it's probably because it's my team. I'm just salty and sour. Like if Crib was on here, she'd probably be like, yeah, eat it. And I'd be like, I did, and I am.
Man, what was Tessa's live reaction for that? Christian Sim Sally, just like silent, straight face.
The silence was loud though, like you could feel it. And yeah, we were saying like it was crazy, the animosity between the two teams.
It is.
Everybody was getting a bump. Like if you're 10 feet close to the net, you'd be getting taken out. Like
dirty mitts in the face. Everyone was getting cross-checked. Like there was a point lately where we were both quiet and there's a scuffle, like just a regular save. Someone skated by and got like a mad hack in the back of the ribs, like kidney shot. Buckles and I kind of looked at each other and she's like, yo, this game is unhinged a little. I'm like they do not like each other for sure. And like even the refs are kind of like, man, whatever, you guys are fine. And it was like, when I played, I would have been kicked out for that. Like, how is this okay now?
It was like hockey was like a side point. Like it was just like them scrapping.
Yeah, it was like in an octagon, but rink shape with weapons. That's what it was. And they were all just having at it. No one was safe. Nobody.
Nobody.
Anyways, it's the beauty of Jocks Next Gen is that Buckles gets to watch all of these beauties per se and chat with them. And I just love that they're all so stoked to chat with you. Like your first two guests were likely going to be the first two picks in the draft. So like, who do you got cooking? Who's coming up next, Or who's on the target list?
We do have some European prospects that we're going to be chatting to next. I'm not going to name names quite yet, but yeah, I'm very excited to talk to players across the sea.
Nice.
Love it.
And obviously they're going to be fans of Florence, so that makes sense.
Yeah. Florence, it's going to be awesome. She's going to take the lead on this, and I'm going to be there just smiling.
Practicing your Swiss German.
Oh yeah. I'm going to be using Duolingo. Been practicing a lot of it.
Have you been practicing other languages?
No,
do you speak
I just
other
lied
languages,
to you
Buckles?
guys.
I don't know this about you. Are you?
I'm assuming Harvard was going to make you take a second language.
I actually took a language called Zulu at Harvard. It was like the athlete's language. So
yeah, ours was Swahili.
Yeah, that was football, I believe, for us. So
and
yeah, hockey was Zulu.
Fluent in those respective languages.
I mean, if you give me a drink or two, maybe.
Yeah. I actually always say my French is so much better after one glass of wine. It's just my mouth is looser. I think so.
My mouth is looser.
I don't know. It comes out nicer. It just flows. My accent.
We'll try it at the Christmas party. Better. We'll see.
You're wild. Jocks and Jill's Christmas is coming in hot. Buckles and I have a special surprise for it that we're very excited about to show Tessa and to show all of our listeners. So
love it.
Bucks, we love you. We know you have a lot cooking with Next Gen, so we'll let you go, and we can't wait for episode 3 to drop on Wednesday. And if you haven't listened to episodes 1 and 2 with Caroline Harvey and Abby Murphy and her co-host Florence Schelling, make sure you get on it and listen to Jocks Next Gen wherever you get your podcasts.
Appreciate you, girls.
Love you,
See you, Bucksies. Love ya. Okay, Tessa.
Let's get into it.
Let's get into it.
Insane.
Game 3 of the Rivalry Series. Tessa, Canada has been outscored 20-6 through 3 games. And maybe there was a part of us that was expecting, Canada didn't bring their full roster for the first 2 games. They were trying out different goalies. But game 3, home ice, they've done the reverse sweep in the Rivalry Series before. I think maybe fans were expecting more out of Canada with their full roster, with their starting goalie between the pipes, with Sarah Fillier starting off the scoring 40 seconds in. Things were looking good on home soil for Canada until things were looking bad. We end with a 10-4 result that we don't often see in hockey, but one of my favorites. As the daughter of a truck driver, we love a good 10-4. Mix it in there, but oh my gosh. USA putting up a 10 spot on Canada on home soil. McDavid a bunch of the Oilers were in the building. I saw some comments saying that was the result. That's why it happened. Like, I need your full thoughts and reactions. We were texting during the game. This was a wild one.
I think what we learned a lot about both teams, first of all, and we learned a lot about what it's going to take to win. So basically, in order to win a championship or any one-off game, your best players need to be your best players. And that was not the case for Canada. that was the case for Team USA. What I loved about the Americans game, Julia, was any and every time they had the puck on their stick, their feet were moving. Okay. Their head was up. The pass was hard and crisp with purpose and direction. They knew where they were putting it, whether it was into space, whether it was a purposeful dump, whether it was a hard tape to tape with someone coming through. Okay. There was always a purpose behind their pass. The other thing is if they were in the offensive zone, every time they had the puck, they were becoming a threat. Facing the net, going to the net, making a pass towards the net, making a sharp angle shot, whatever it may be, there was a purpose to be a threat, okay? They were connected. They were being very supportive. You could tell there was communication out there. And my God, it looked like they were having fun. The Canadians, on the other hand, their best players were not their best players. There is no reason why Erin Ambrose, Renata Fast, and Ella Shelton were the three worst D on Team Canada.
Buckles had the best text to us. She was like, is
someone
Renata
else.
dressed up as someone else? Is someone else wearing her jersey? I've never seen her make plays like that. I know it's probably a one-off. If
Off
feeling
game.
for those three last
And that's
night.
it. I hope it's a one-off game.
Yeah.
I hope, because really, what have we seen, Julia, in the 3 games prior? You say we can say, yeah, sure, they're trying out different goalies. Doesn't matter. Those chances that Team USA got weren't just chances because, this isn't a knock on their offense because they are good enough to do this, but not 10 times over, okay? Where seam passes in game 1 with Murphy, you didn't learn.
Just threading up between her and Heisey. It was
Didn't
crazy.
learn.
It happened again.
Like, in this game, trying to make, skating back to a bobbling puck, trying to make a cross ice feed by just whapping at it, and you got coin on your heel. You can't do this stuff. This is a game where you learn a lot about yourself, and you look inwardly and you look at each other and you're like, the hell was that? And I hope you're mad. You know what else ticked me off about this is the fact that if we were losing that bad back when I played, someone would have gotten hurt.
Yeah.
And I'm not saying to go out there and hurt somebody, but you throw a big hit, you start a fight, you do something to show your coach and everyone on the bench this is completely unacceptable. You don't just go about your biz trying to make nice plays again. You put your foot down in front of your own fans, let them know, gosh, we're sorry, we're ticked off too.
Yeah. I've never heard Pooh talk like this either after a game. She used the word soft. The power play didn't show up tonight. We played soft. We were not great. Let the momentum go. And right away, they happened to score that 7th goal. Yeah, to start the 3rd, it felt like they had a little bit of momentum when they brought it in within a couple there. And then just absolutely nothing on that power play. Any power play all night.
There were 3 power play. It was the 3 total power play goals in that game.
Yeah.
And I felt like a lot of them came off the heels of a power play too.
You're so right. It was like their power play was losing the momentum.
Yeah. I can't fathom what the heck was going on. It was like the D were mannequins and just watching. And I'm only calling out the Canadian D, those players, because I have high expectations for them. And quite frankly, if I didn't call them out, I wouldn't be doing my job right now. And I know that they're better players than that. I know that's not how they play. But that's just how odd and awkward and strange of a game that was. No one was great. No one was on. I will say at first, I did like the way the Malte line looked with her at center and Philly on the wing and guards on the right. But it was just sloppy, soft hockey. I forget when it was, someone dropped the puck back to Ella and it was like, all right, wheel. And I literally went, wheel. And I'm watching, and it was just like she just stopped moving her feet and went to the corner. Murphy came in, plowed her. Puck. Then 2 of the Canadian players went towards where Murphy was, and was it Britta in front, wide open for cross ice in front? And it was like, oh, and Renee Desbiens got yanked. It's like, well, that's on the bench.
Oh yeah, that's so disappointing for her.
And
she's been having a great
was,
season.
Yeah, that's it. And I know Pandy was like, well, she didn't make a big save when she had to. It's like, okay, so she makes 1 big save. She can't make 7 big saves. She can, but frig it with those chances and the players that have the puck on their stick, my gosh, too easy. And Kelly Panic was playing great. She took a huge hit from Pooh, came back and scored. It was like, yeah, what up? And they didn't even have Aaron Frankel in net.
Yeah.
And I'm not saying that Gwyneth Phillips is that much of a step down because she ain't.
No, exactly. They've got great options. It speaks to the depth the U.S. has at pretty much every position right now.
Holy. The only thing that scares me for the Americans is the fact that this is eerily similar to 2002.
I was just gonna say, I'm honestly having my list to make a TikTok about 2002 today. We've heard from Poundy so many times, like the Americans won 8 games leading
In a
up to
row.
that Olympics. They
Mopped
won
the floor with them.
Yep. And something about that championship game, Canada just had it. I just watched the CBC this feature this morning that Rob Pizzo did with Pounds and Cassie Campbell's in it and Cami Granato's in it. And they show Wick at the end with her quote at the end. It's so funny. I was thinking of that all morning.
Cami totally even said on our pod when she came on, she was like, the issue was we hadn't ran into any type of adversity when we got to that game. I think, did you even talk about it too? It might have been, I can't remember. And they
I
were
didn't
like,
see her in that specific doc, but yeah.
But on our pod, she talked about it.
Oh,
She was like,
yeah.
She was like, we hadn't run into any adversity. So when it was happening and things were unraveling, no one had a clue on how to manage and deal with, one, these emotions, two, these feelings, and how to get the game back on track.
Yeah, I'm so glad you brought that up because I think the general consensus right now is Canada is cooked. The
And it's
USA
fair to think that.
is a shoe-in. It's fine to
They've
think
shown
that.
nothing.
It's completely fair to think that. Like Canada showed no signs of being able to beat this team, but there's something about 2002 vibes with the Canada always has that will to win in big moments. I don't know. I'm really interested to see. It's going to be hard to know until we get to Milan, but God, they haven't shown us anything so far in these rivalry series games.
It wasn't like Canada was just kept doing what they were doing. Like they came together as a team in that locker room as a group of players and like managed things. Okay.
What was the lake they went to? They went on that retreat. They had a really special team bonding experience, even though I think Cheryl even said in the doc I was watching this morning that Rob Pizzo was hosting, like US had a better team than us that year. Like who's kidding us? They had a better team than us. We just found the will to win in that championship gold medal game.
Yeah. And that's what it ends up coming down to. But like, there's got to be on the Canadian side, there's got to be urgency. Like every time the US had the puck, it's like, let's generate something to score. And I think there's an opportunity there if you really look at it, is they're so offensively driven that if you can create a turnover or keep close gaps and turn the puck the other way and attack with speed, you're going to catch them all with their toes pointing the wrong way.
Right.
Yeah. That being said, this past game, even when Canada did kind of have a quick turnover and tried to go the other way, they were fast on the back pressure, like fast.
Man.
And I was like, oh boy.
Every part of their lineup is clicking right now. Like it's not just the rookies leading the way offensively with this like really run and gun style of offense. Like did you see Kendall Coyne's goal like bar down in the breakaway? It was absolutely gross. And then Carpy and Knight chipping in towards the end. Like it's not coming from one place. It's not coming from the vets or the youth. Like sometimes with USA, I find it's the vets rolling or the youth rolling. They're both just chugging right now.
The best part too is like outside of that top line with like Coyne, Coach Robo shuffled all the rest of it. He was just like, I don't know, try this. And they're like, okay. Meanwhile, it was like, okay, you guys look like you've been playing together this whole series. Like, what the heck?
Yeah. So there we have it. Again, Canada has been outscored 20-6 through the first 3 games of the rivalry series by the United States. 1 game left on Saturday in terms of Olympic tune-ups and having these teams together before they eventually head to Milan in February. So, wow. Big stuff happening over here in North America with the international teams tuning up. And overseas at the Euro Hockey Tour, we got results from day 1. Czechia wins 2-1 over Switzerland. Mrazova wearing the C. Congratulations to her.
Hey-o.
Looks real good on her for Czechia. Himlarova and Pejslova score for Czechia. Marty scored for Switzerland. Both teams had their full arsenal of PWHL players. The Finland-Sweden game, very interesting as well. Finland wins 3-2 over Sweden, but remember, they didn't have any of their PWHL players. So great sign for, and Sweden, again, did have their full arsenal of PWHL players. So good sign for the Finns.
Totally fair. Back when I played, Finland-Sweden was like a massive battle.
Yeah.
They were always just duking it out. And I know that I love that Czechia is in the mix now. I want Switzerland to really, really hammer down and bring, dump money into your grassroots because you've got it. Bring this group right back into the mix. You have 4 solid teams really pushing each other that are just going to be nipping at the heels of Canada, USA. Let's do it. I love it.
Yeah. Dude, you don't usually say back when I play, but I feel like I need a counter on you today. Like
It's
you've
been
got
3
you've
or
got a
4.
mood going. You
I
never
know.
usually do, but I kind of love it. Like you might get a cut together from this episode of your
Dude, it's
back your
because
bad day.
there were 3 things that set me off. That's
No,
why.
they were all valid. That's the thing.
Yeah.
They were all completely valid. You want to go through who's been hot here before we get to a fun announcement from the PWHL?
Sure, let's do that.
This week, who's been the hottest goalies to you to start? It feels like every single goalie has been so hot across the league.
Well, leading the way, obviously in the league is Frankel, and that's fair. We got to give a shout out to Hensley, but she hasn't played all of the games. Both of these teams have, both of these goalies, have been fantastic for their teams, and rightfully so. Just picking off right where they left off last season. Desbiens as well. Those are the top 3 goalies in the league right now. We got to give a shout out to Murphy and
Hannah
Mash, who have
Murphy,
just. I feel like I can't even. It's not even fair. We have to name all of the tendies because
everyone's
they've all been
so
on fire.
good. Dude, I calculated the average save percentage in the league right now. It's 9.24.
That's insane.
How is anyone going to score any goals?
Yeah.
I would not be having fun if I was shooting on net right now. The goalies are so good.
I know. Points leader, no surprise. Kendall Coyne Schofield, as per usual, just coming out dialed, ready to wear the 3rd Walter Cup ring. You know what I mean? It's just like
give it to me.
on a mission, get out of her way. It's an Olympic year.
Yeah.
Brianne Jenner tied with her, as well as Kelly Panic and Britta Curl. All of them have 5 points each. When do I expect in the probably right before the Olympics for there to be some space from 1st to 2nd, or we'll say 1st to 3rd even, because there might be top 2 players pretty tight in that one. But I think it's gonna be a year for Kendall Coyne Schofield. I do. Assist leaders, we got Coyne, Gerard, Newhook, and Boreen.
Yeah.
I love this. The playmaker stat. I like it because sometimes there's lines where there's one player that always scores and another one that is always an assist. But I feel like in the Gerard, Newhook, Boreen situation, it's kind of just like we're contributing and it doesn't matter how, and I don't need the goals, and I'm just going to muck it up and get points this way. And I like that. And I like those players.
Yeah.
So, nice to see. Cornah, no surprise. She's got 4 assists and she's just carousing. On the defensive side of things, not surprised to see Megan Keller, 2 goals, 2 assists, leading the way with Claire Thompson. And Claire Thompson, quite frankly, in Vancouver, I really want to see her just carry the weight on that team to generate and start the offense from the back end. I know Sophie Jakes got 2 goals for Canada in the Rivalry Series, but
might have been the only positive point for Canada in that game. Is that Sophie Jakes?
So and they were nice shots too.
Yeah,
one of them probably couldn't have counted, but whatever.
No,
but I want Thompson to be that leader and to be the voice on the bench to just rally that back end and those troops just to get them going. Gilday and Jakes obviously with 3 points each, just behind those 2. And that's basically it. I love it. I love that. We've kind of got, I don't want to say firm numbers but it's like we're just getting rolling here, and this is who's cruising through the first little bit.
Yeah, and again, one more Rivalry Series game on Saturday before games get underway on Tuesday. So we'll see if there's always a shakeup. I think New York was in first place at this point of last year's PWHL season, so we know things can get shaken up pretty crazily. We'll see how it goes. Fun announcement today from the PWHL. The Realist and the PWHL have a collab, which is so cool.
Yeah.
We know PWHL fans are always looking for new ways to get their hands on merch. This is a very special kind of merch. It is game worn. So if you're looking to get your hands on league-wide authenticated hockey memorabilia like a game worn jersey, game used stick, if you want to get your hands on a piece of PWHL history, make sure you go to therealist.com/thepwhl and get yourself a collector's item. Pretty exciting. I'm going to try to get a sweaty jersey or a sweaty hat or something, sweaty helmet.
They've got a Poulain playoff worn jersey.
Ooh. That's got to have some juice in it. So make sure you check out that collaboration between the PWHL and the Realist. And now it's time for our favorite Friday segment. We need some fun music for this or something, Tessa. Like it's time.
We'll get there.
Courtney needs a tune. And here is Coach Courtney Kennedy on Courtney's Cornah. Okay, we arrive at the first international break of the PWHL season, and it's time this Friday for everyone's favorite segment. It's Courtney's Cornah with Courtney Kennedy. How you doing?
Doing great. Good to be here, you guys.
Yes,
Always
love having you
enjoy
back.
it.
I forgot. I went out on a limb here, guys. I'm not a gin and tonic person, but this one says pink gin and tonic. Obviously, there's no gin in there, so the gin is the part I don't like. I'm going to assume this is awesome.
Okay, I want a live reaction from a non-gin and tonic lover of the.
You know why it's good?
Tell us.
Well, one, I'm not a huge fan of tonic. Tonic is like it makes like my squirters at the back go all weird.
All right, we'll get into that later.
It doesn't taste like I'm chewing on a Christmas tree. It does not taste like that. And that's what I don't like about gin.
Yeah, you've said that to me before. Okay,
Pine
so
needle.
good review on that one. Shout out to our friends at Sober Carpenter and Clever Mocktails for always sponsoring our non-alcoholic beverages here at jocksinjills. I mentioned we made it to the first international break court. The hockey has been wild to start the PWHL season. I think the goalies have stolen the show so far. Is that fair to say? Or what else has stood out to you so far?
I mean, per usual. I just think the goalies, there's so many great goalies, and just like Phillips, Frankel, Debian alone. I know there's more, but those three in particular, I really enjoy watching. It's like they put on a show. You know, if you buy a ticket just to see it, you know there's going to be fantastic saves from, like, these shooters can shoot, you know, a lot of the time. So, you know, to see the saves they come up with is unbelievable.
There's been some, I'll call them 12 Bell saves because 10 Bell doesn't even do them any service. I was live at the game when Gwyneth Phillips absolutely robbed Blair Turnbull, to which Blair came up to me after the game and was like, please do not post that on social media. And I was like, Julia's in charge, call her. And it was already posted.
It was already up.
But then Mashmeyer had one of her own. Like, these saves, is it the save or is it the player? Like, because there's two ways to go about it. One,
a little both.
As a goaltender, I love the no quit.
Yep.
Both goalies could have just looked at it and been like, you know what I mean? Didn't.
Yep.
The no quit, always an effort there. That's my goalie. That's what I want. But also on the other end, on the player's side, not a good look.
Yeah, it's hard to go to sleep at night, I think. Especially knowing some of these players, just Turnbull in general. This girl is like somebody who does everything hard. Everything hard. Like, she's a very good hockey player. One of my favorites, and there's no way she's not thinking about that, right? Like, all she has to do is just dart, just hammer it into the back of the net. And sometimes you need that wake-up call, like, no way she does that again. I think it's a great save. Gwyneth's getting over there. It's an amazing paddle save. But that's in the back of the net, right?
Yeah.
So I don't think that happens again if it's on Blair's stick like that. I just don't.
Yeah, I feel like it's like little kids when they make a bad mistake one time, and you know, like, you don't even need to tell them. Like, they got the message. They learned from that lesson. It hurts and they know it, and you just have to leave it alone. And like, if that opportunity or that situation presents itself again, you know it's not going to be the same. Like, Blair for sure is going to take a slap shot and fire that thing through the back of the net. And then she has that chance again.
She's that kind of player, and I expect that out of her. You know, she wants that back. It's like, I don't want to be on the other end of that highlight. You know?
Totally.
But fantastic player.
We've been pumping up and talking Boston, and I know you're in the area, and you've got one of those Fleet hats that we're very jealous of. But just the way they've been playing, and I feel like it's not even top line stuff. Like, Julie and I broke down I don't know if you saw it, but the Shea Maloney goal and the chip to herself and chase. Like, if you're a coach, are you not just smiling ear to ear on that?
Yeah, I love when Shea Maloney plays that style of hockey. Like, she doesn't try to do a toe drag or something. It's just not her game. She reads the D's gap. She knows she can self-chip to space over to the right, and then takes full advantage, marching right in there, grabbing it, no stick handle, using her body, and then snapping that thing. Meanwhile, 44, Jill Saulnier is just busting her ass to that net, gets both players worked hard and got in front of those D. And so when you watch the reverse of it, it's like, when I watch the D, I think it's super dangerous in this league if you're not moving your feet to keep the bad guys in front of you. And in that, you know, Jill's to the net. So now goalie's in net going, yeah, great. Shea Maloney's this big dog about to rip a puck, right? Same time, Jill Saulnier's coming in full speed right into the front of my grill. That's a hard read. It's going to be dangerous. And I love Shea takes the shot.
Totally. Well, Shea taking the shot, I remember looking and being like, what was Hensley doing there? And it wasn't even Hensley. And then I looked and I was like, Sonia scared the life out of her.
Yeah.
And she didn't know
That's
if
a
she was
train.
coming or going.
She's beating that D, getting around her. That D's going to work harder. Like everyone has different systems, what have you, and whatever. But when you see the forwards getting the other side of the D and they're closer to the net, usually good things happen for the offense.
And as a defender, there's nothing worse. Like there's no worse self-talk than when all of a sudden someone blows by you and is beating you to the net, and you're like,
just can't.
It's like your life is. You're like, oh my god, this is horrible.
No.
I'm the worst defender.
I don't even
want to
go back to the bench.
No, don't look
Let
at
me
me.
exit stage left. I'm all set.
Yeah,
like I'm
I'll
so
be in the
sorry
room.
because as a D, it's like as a D, like nobody. I don't want anyone getting by me, like ever on a one-on-one. Like ever. And so
I'll
when you
hurt
watch
you
it, it's
before
like
you
they
do.
might initially beat me left, right, but then where's my drop step and my next movements to fix it? Because the net's in the middle of the ice. So like angles, math. And so I just find out in that next moment when forwards take that route, the D have to counter and move those feet and take back the lane. And so I love seeing the offense take advantage of it. And then on the flip side, finding those D who can make those plays, I think it's a big deal in these games, right? Especially come playoff time.
Yeah, because you and I were talking like how we love, and this was offline, not even on one of our shows, but how we're fans of offensive defenders. But when it comes to draft time, a solid stay-at-home defender, if you're going to get the 5th best stay-at-home defender as opposed to the 10th best offensive defender, you're going with the 5th best because they're so valuable on a team.
And usually you already have your stud group, if you will. Like you don't need to find another like Megan Keller per se. Yeah. But you do need to fill it and have some players who just play D and allow your team to either rest their top lines, and you absorb their top line. Yeah. But you need that group that keeps momentum and let your goalie take a break and you just set the tone of nobody's getting by me. You're not getting anything. You're not getting a sniff when these D are out here. And who's that number 3 on the fleet? Is it Boyd?
Zoe Boyd, yeah. Is she 3?
I think she does it. That's the kid I think she is. Yeah. But I watching her play D, I've enjoyed it. I haven't watched her like bam, just watching that kid, but I think she has a lot of plays where she works really hard to get body position before puck, and I think it pays off, especially on breakouts. And I've seen it with the fleet. I think they've gotten some of those players to play those roles to help them just keep flying.
Yeah. The man flying is it. They're just cruising right now, this team. They're making the game
really fun to watch.
Look fun. Yeah. Mm-hmm. And 2, look just like a little bit more easy. That's it.
Yeah.
Everybody looks like they're loving life over there right
now.
They
do. And it's fun to see. And I'm happy for them because they're great players over there. And there's a lot of great personalities and they're a good group. So to see them just kind of like rock and roll. Yeah, great. Let's check off the first part of the season. But now what do you do, when you come back? You can't just be, that was cool. So it's almost a tall order coming up because every team now wants to beat you.
That's
so you get everyone's best game, you're already seeing it, but now there's a little more heart in it and there's a little more, we're going to take them out. And what do you have mentally? Are you guys ready for that challenge? Of course they are. And their staff's going to get them prepared for that. But that's what you're thinking about is you want to pick up where you left off. Where some teams might want to like leave it, you know what I mean? But when you're doing great into break, it's like, okay, we want to pick up, where we left off.
Yeah, I always find everyone wants that top spot until they wear the target and they realize what comes with it, right? Getting knocked
I think it's
off
harder
the
to
throne
keep it. Sometimes it's hard to coach it.
Yeah.
A lot of coaches around the league always, I wish if I was coaching, Wisconsin, just throwing an NCAA out there. I'm always like, but it's also hard. Yeah. Coaching studly top line players all the time. It's also hard when you're winning, you're expected to win, and that small hiccup happens and how everyone reacts on the bench. Like, what happens when they're down? What happens if they lose a game? How do they respond? What's practice like the next day? Yeah. And so that's just, knowing the roller coaster ride a season is. And again, what's most important? Peaking at playoff.
And that's it.
That's a good transition to Montreal, I think. They've been kind of the team on top headed into the postseason the last couple of years. It's been tough for them. They've almost had a mark on their back when you have to choose your playoff opponent like they did last year with Ottawa, but they've looked really good to start the season too.
Yeah, I like Montreal. I like when they're in the offensive zone. They're fun to watch. They're energetic. they really work hard to get open in front of that net and take out the eyes of the goalie, in my opinion. And when they do that, I think they're incredibly successful. There was one play in the game. It's going to be an icing, and I think it's Murphy who beats the kid out, edges her out, physically edges her out, takes her ice.
Yeah.
And then another player grabs it, kicks it low to high, and then it's like Dark Angelo Murph in front of the net for a great screen. That's a double stack. You know, even if you're not necessarily right in front of them, the fact that you're there, you know, there's an agitation, the goalie's aware. There's no way they're not thinking of it, right? So I just think they do a great job of getting to the net and then putting pucks on net and making it really hard for the goalie.
Yeah, and I feel like, you know, right now, Montreal, well, I don't even want to say right now, but all of the time, whenever you look at Montreal, you're like, this team, you can't even give them a chance because they'll take it with the offensive, you know, ability that they have. Equally as impressive, and I just want to roll it back, is the fact that Boston's shooting percentage right now is best in the league. I don't know if they're gonna be able to keep firing at this clip, but like, I think 1 in 10 are going in for them right now.
Oh yeah, it's hard to maintain.
Right?
Well, you know,
and so imagine if a team like Montreal kind of catches wind of what they're kind of got going on, which they kind of are. Like these teams are almost playing very similar in a sense.
Yeah, I like watching both of those teams.
Like, watch out, because then you got the 2 best goalies in the world. That's what it's going to come down to.
Yeah, like Davian, I mean, I think she's so good. I think she's so good. And I know it's like, oh, geez, Court, that's earth-shattering. But I just, time and time again, when I watch her, some of the saves she's making, I'm like, yeah, I'd want her on my team.
Yeah.
I mean, that gives you one heck of a shot to win it all. So doesn't Frankel, so doesn't Phillips. So your goalie is a big deal. And when I see these tight games, I think in the end, you know, everyone says that. Your goalie's good and solid, you have a chance. But like even Davian makes that crazy save. I think it's fast coming across, and it's like dot line pass. And I know that player also probably wants it back. I mean, if she's a righty, I think it's going in the net. But as a lefty, I think it's Shelton. That's hard to put in. But Davian's over there quicker than lightning and gets her pad out there. And she shoots it into her pad a bit. But like Davian's aware, she's quick, and she's a momentum stealer. Like even from playing against her in moments, she can really like flatten your bench because you're like, that's it. It's not. Like, how are we going to score? It gets in your head. And so some of these goalies can really mess with top forwards who are known for scoring, and it's their job. Like literally, it's their job to score. They're the guy who's supposed to pull the team ahead. And then you got to play Davian, you got to play Frankel, Phillips. Yeah.
I know.
Lastly,
I just want to ask you before we finish this segment off, if you had a choice, just based on what's happened in the past 2 seasons, would you want to be the team that gets to pick your opponent in the first round?
I hate it because I'm a big like mind person, and I feel like if you call my number to play me, now you just revved up, you poked a bear no matter who it is. So when you pick your team, you have to have some sort of, in my opinion, reverse psychology where you are the underdog. And I would like lie and be like, we had to. Somebody made us. I would make it so like not a big deal, and we're not thinking we're gonna beat them. That's why we picked them. It was more like I'd make up a reason.
Yeah.
Because I think when you pick them, you're calling them out. Go ahead, you call me out. Now all of a sudden I'm puffed up. I got nothing to lose.
Yeah.
And guess what? I'll show you. And it's just, I'd rather not be in that moment. I think it's a lot to handle. Oh my God.
Yeah. Being top dog ain't easy.
No.
It's certainly not.
It almost.
But the game's a game. Like the game's a game. So like you need to go into that game no matter what it is. And mentally you need to be sound, and you have to shut up the noise, and you can't be all into that. It has to be, this is a hockey game. We've been doing this on the pond for years. I grew up doing it. That's all I'm doing. I'm going to deliver. I'm going to do my job. I'm going to stay in the moment. And I'm playing for this guy and this guy. Take everything else out. But that's hard to do. That's hard to do.
Yeah. It's almost impossible when the stakes feel so high and the lights are on you. And
that's why clutch players are clutch players. Like, hello, like even like Marie-Philippe Poulin. I feel like when I say her name, I want to be like Marie-Philippe Poulin. You know what I mean? Her name is just like, I do it such a disjustice that I don't like saying it. But players like that who can respond under that mental pressure and still get it done.
With fans chanting, "You chose us." Like it's like, man, wow. Okay.
That was wild in Ottawa last year.
I would never want to be in that.
No. Oh, man. Well, like I said, we make our way to the first international break. Lots of hockey left to be played, and looking forward to breaking it all down with you this year, Court.
Yeah, lots of fun. Nice chatting with you guys.
I did the accent kind of casual there leading into it, eh?
You're getting better.
Did you like?
We all are.
We need it.
I
It
read
needs
her
a
texts
jingle.
when she texts me, I read her texts in her voice in my head all the
Dude,
time.
and I didn't even realize, I told you this already, but I didn't even realize I was doing it until you said it. I was like, yo, I totally am reading that in her voice in my head. It's so good. Thanks so much to Court for your time as always. And now it's time for our interview segment brought to you by Sober Carpenter, the official non-alcoholic beer of the PWHL. Brewed for those who love beer without the hangover. And this week, this is one we recorded when we were out in Vancouver for their home opener. And we recorded it at a really special time. We happened to catch now captain Ashton Bell the day that she found out that she was going to be the first ever Vancouver Goldeneyes captain. It was a special day and a special interview with a special person. So here she is on the JocksandJills podcast, Ashton Bell. Okay, we're here in Vancouver and we're so excited to be joined by the one and only Ashton Bell. How's it going?
I'm great. How are you guys?
Good.
We're fantastic.
We're very happy to be in your new home city. Like, how you feeling since moving out here?
Awesome. I've been out here all summer, so have been, climatized to the weather here and just everything Vancouver has to offer. There's so much to do here, so it's a great city to be in.
You've been on our hit list to get on the show for a while. Have you been like waiting for this day? You a little nervous?
I'm a little nervous actually right now. I've been waiting for the call up. So
The call up. I love that.
That's an honor.
It is. So let's talk about it. I feel like with every player, we always talk about, where their love for hockey began. And for you, I'm assuming you had two brothers. So it was just like, that competition. I mean, you're the lone female in between two males. So I'm assuming that you had to show them how to do it right.
Oh yeah. I was put in skates at a young age, and my older brother and younger brother always put me in the net at first, actually mini sticks after school. They were like, you're in net, and then kind of got, hit on that way. But they made me fall in love with the game, and they've supported me throughout my whole career.
You and your older brother didn't pick on your younger brother and just be like, listen, Rent, you're in net. It wasn't that? There was no tag?
No, it was the other way around. But me and my younger brother would get after it. My younger brother, he's too nice. Or older brother, he's a sweetheart, so he would never do that. But
do you have middle child tendencies, do you think, or does being the only girl cancel them out?
Yeah, I think being the only girl cancels them out. I like to say anyway, I don't know.
There was a breakfast club that kind of impacted your hockey career, and do you still skate with your skills coach?
Yeah, I still go out with, we've had many mentors in the town of Deloraine, but they put on this breakfast club program before schools. You go out twice a week, hit the ice, and then get a nice breakfast after, and then walk on over to school. So that was pretty cool to be a part of, and I still skate with Ace whenever I go home for Christmas or whatever it is.
Ace?
Yeah, that's his
That's
nickname.
That's a great skills coach name.
He'll take me out whenever I ask, and that was a hockey town filled with so many great mentors. So I got lucky.
But everyone's your neighbor, right? Because it's just a super small town. But you got 1,000 people maybe there? Or is it grown?
Under 1,000. No, under 1,000. I think we've
Still?
decreased. Yeah. But everyone knows everyone's business, and you're in walking radius to everyone. So it's pretty cool.
So you're like a full-blown superstar? Like you're...
Yeah, like what's it like when you go back there now?
Are you the only person in the Hall of Fame there?
No, we actually have quite a few hockey stars that have come out of the town, but I actually have two massive billboards on either side of the town, which is pretty crazy. I came home and I was like, oh my God.
Is it you waving like, welcome, and then see you later?
It's massive. I'm like, we could have just like done one tiny picture, but they had to surround the whole town in the rink. And I'm just like, oh my God. But
the rink too?
Yeah, it's in the rink too. So there's three big ones. They're super supportive, and just super grateful to be from that community. So
that's special. What kind of hockey did you watch growing up? Like, were you a Jets fan? I guess the Jets didn't come back till after.
Yeah, mainly Jets, I would say. Kind of just, all the Canadian teams, no one really specific, but.
And I'm going to imagine there was no girls team.
Yeah, no girls team until, the Olympics 2010 was kind of the first one that I remember actually watching. And knowing that, oh my God, there's women's hockey. So pretty cool.
That's crazy to me. Her first memory of women's hockey is my first Olympics.
It's
when I was
mine
like
too, honestly.
a grown adult trying to adult. Like, that's crazy.
We can't say that. 26, 25.
Technically you are a grown adult and you are trying to adult. No one said I was adulting
I'm
good.
Trying to right now. That's the era I'm in, like doing my best.
And Buckles lost her hat in the hallway here already. She's only been here for 10 minutes. So that's how adulting goes.
Poor Buckles. When she gets chirped off camera and can't defend herself. It's so mean.
So you started started out a goalie playing with your brothers. When did you you shifted to forward? I'm going to assume. When did you?
Yeah.
When were you forced into being a defender, basically? Because as a defender, I feel like that always happens.
Yeah, throughout minor hockey, it was defense. I played defense growing up and then flip-flopped every year I was on my brother's team and my dad was coaching. So every other year I would get to play with him and be coached by my dad, which is good and bad at the same time.
Yeah.
But I was a defender. And at that age, you kind of just take full control. You're all over the ice at that age. So played D growing up and then switched to forward in AAA and then for a couple of years in college and now back to D. So, yeah.
Was there other girls in your town when you were playing or was it just you?
There was a few in my class, that were involved in hockey as well and played boys probably up until Bantam. And
I was
then
going to say, you played Pee Wee Bantam with boys, eh?
Yeah, I remember my first game with contact and I got smoked open ice, landed on my arse and I was down bad the rest of the game. Oh my God.
Did you hide your pony? Because blonde ponies were like a massive target.
Yeah, I don't even know. I had a Scully cap and everything. So it was all hidden, I think. But didn't want to get targeted out there.
So when you played U18s then, were you a forward or a D?
Forward.
Oh,
yeah.
I didn't realize you flipped back and forth so much.
Forward for...
Because it was your second year university that you swapped back to D. Am I wrong in saying that?
Junior year. Yeah, so third year going into college, I switched.
You know what I love?
D.
That Buckles is off to the side and she doesn't even get to defend herself because Buckles was actually your second year when you were the captain of the under-18 team. Baby Bucks was on that team.
Yeah.
Do you got any fond memories of little baby Buckies from back in the day that you could share with us? Keep in mind, she has no microphone and is not involved in this interview.
I do not. I just remember she was a character and she, put a smile on my face every day at the rink. And always had some comment to make and could make the girls chuckle, that's for sure.
Buckles is actually holding a gun off camera right so don't take anything she does too seriously.
So nothing's changed with Buck. She's still the same.
Yeah.
I love that. What do you remember about that under-18 journey? Because I feel like coming from a town of, 1,000 people, there was no female hockey player that came out of there yet. You were it and you were a forward. So to me, it's wild because I can only think of one other person that has entered the Canadian program, outside of Cassie, I guess, as a forward and then swapped to D. It was Cassie and Megan Mickelson are the two and you're the other. So to enter it as, a forward and then have your university say to you, hey, we're going to need you to swap back to D. What's going through your mind in that moment?
Yeah, I was a little hesitant at first. They had asked me after my freshman year and I was like, hard no. Like I loved being a center. Like it was my identity and I just loved taking draws and all that stuff, running plays. But then after the second year, kind of had the sophomore slump and I was like, might as well try it now. So,
it's funny.
Junior year worked out better. So that's, I think there was a discussion between the national team and our college coaches what would best suit my style of game. And they thought defense would be that. So I think Mel Davidson had a part of that as well. But
do you think Mel went to them or did they actually go to Mel? Who's your coach at the time?
Maura Kroll and Laura Bellamy.
Okay.
I don't know. I think it was
a collab.
Yeah, a collaborative decision that let's try this. So but I was more open to it as I got older. I was like, okay, I can see this working out just having played D a little bit.
Because I'm just going to assume you were probably like a defender's dream as a centerman. Like, were you the one that always came low? You were always making sure you're taking care of the D zone before you flew out?
Yeah, I was nice and low, always in the corners with them battling. I would like to think anyways, but yeah. I was actually put on center for an inter-squad game here because they were trying some stuff out. And that was like the first time in a long time. I was like gassed getting up and down the ice. I was like, I can't forecheck. I'm sorry, girls. F3.
You go. Not happening.
I'll support high. So I was a little lost out there. But
what was the recruitment process like for college for you? I always find it interesting for people from really small towns specifically, like the idea of really having to make that step and choose a spot where you're going to move, usually a city.
Yeah, being from the small town of Deloraine, kind of North Dakota was all I knew growing up. So that's all I heard. I've done summer camps there when I was younger and toured that rink many times. Committed to them in my grade 11 year, I want to say. And going through the process, I obviously explored other options, and Minnesota Duluth was one of them as well. I was kind of down to those top two, but with Nodak just being so close to home and the familiarity with my family and everything, that just seemed like the right fit. But unfortunately, that program folded the year I was supposed to go in, and then
the year you were supposed to go.
Yeah, the year 2017 summer. I was supposed to head in there, and that's when it folded. So kind of had to scramble quickly. And luckily, Duluth still wanted me after I turned them down in the first spot.
Which is wild, because if you think about it, most scholarship money is spoken for and all spots are handed out.
would've
And
been a
it's not
really
only just
stressful
like the
time.
recruits that are going there, but every single player on that team needed to land somewhere.
Yes.
Which is wild. Did they call you right away or did you call them?
No, I reached out because I knew when going through it the first time that it came down to those two schools, and I had really enjoyed my visit there in Duluth and the coaches and the staff and the culture there with that group. So I called them right away and I was like, I want to come there. So luckily they still had me, which I'm super grateful for.
Nice. Yeah, that would have been stressful.
But that's kind of close, relatively close to home too, right?
Yeah, it would be Bemidji, then Duluth, Minnesota. So is the next closest for me.
Yeah, they're both north of there. You got to play with Gabby Hughes. I feel like you can't get away from her because you ended up playing with her in Ottawa too.
Yes. Yeah, we were supposed to go to North Dakota together because she was also committed there.
Stop.
That's what I was thinking about.
gonna
Somebody's
we
told
heard
us a
this
story on the
before.
pod. Yeah, it was Gabby.
Yes. So for us to end up in Duluth together and then our first 2 years in Ottawa was pretty special.
That's
for us.
hilarious.
Yeah, that
But
is
it'll be
special.
weird playing against her now coming up here soon. So.
Yeah. Okay, let's shift gears. I'm wearing my horse sweater. I didn't even do it on purpose.
Horse shoes. Oh my God, I didn't even notice. I might
Fellow
have to
horse
borrow
girl.
that for tomorrow.
I know. I'm honestly. This is my
Walk-in?
favorite sweater.
A little walk-it outfit.
Are you going to come with like one of the horses on a stick?
I had one of those growing up. That's
Little
like my
lasso.
favorite thing.
So, did you grow up on a farm? Like, okay, and you guys had
'cause you're-
horses the whole time growing up?
Yeah.
Grain farm, right?
Yeah, grain farm. My mom loved horses, so she always had horses around growing up, and we had sheep at the time too, and dogs, cats, obviously. But now my parents are nice enough to keep some horses around for me while I'm gone, and then whenever I come back in the summers, they're there waiting for me. But I love them, and it's a nice little outside hobby.
So I know you started doing rodeos in like grade 6-ish.
Yeah.
But before that, did you ever do like, when they put you on the sheep and then they let the sheep run out and you're holding on to the side? Did you do that as a kid?
In our town we
Stop.
had
What's it called? Mutton busting?
mutton busting, sheepdog, and whatever you want to call it. But we would, you would get put on those with your little hockey helmet at a young age to just hang on for dear life. Yeah. I don't know how long I made it for, but we've done that a few times.
Do you have video of that?
Oh my God.
I
It'd
laugh
be amazing.
so hard every time kids go into it. And sometimes I'm like, don't put that kid on there. They're too little. And then that kid hangs on for the longest.
Yes. I would have to dig deep for some footage, but I'm not sure if it's out there.
That stuff is gold. So like what kind of stuff did you compete in then starting in grade 6, which to me is crazy because you're still just a little gaffer in grade 6 riding a big horse.
Yeah, the pictures are hilarious. I might have showed Bucky some pictures our first year of Ottawa, my rodeo days, but nothing spectacular. I was just more so out there having fun with a big smile on my face, but we had goat tying, barrel racing, pole bending.
Goat tying? Sorry.
Goat tying.
You can't just breeze over that one.
Goat tying is
Carry on.
wild.
Explain.
You just like run in a straight line on your horse, get off as they're like full sprinting, and then straddle the rope, and then you like run up to the goat. It sounds a little harsh, but then you just like basically sit on the goat and tie 3 legs, and it has to stay tied for 5 seconds or so.
So you come sprinting out of the gate, you hook it with your rope.
No, it's hooked to
it's
a rope,
already hooked,
pegged into the ground, waiting for you to,
Oh my gosh.
give it a little flip, and then tie its back legs with its front legs. So,
did you travel at all to compete in rodeo, or was it more just a local thing for you?
You had to travel pretty far. There was a couple hours, 3 hours away every weekend. Mom and I would be on the road.
I went to a rodeo in Dauphin. Like, you used to go to Dauphin occasionally. Did you go there?
Close to there, not in Dauphin, but you would travel 3 hours for rodeos. So me and Mom, would hook up the trailer and head out on a Friday.
That's so fun. What was your favorite? Barrel racing?
Mine was breakaway roping, actually.
Cool.
Which that was the first sport I was getting to. There was also team roping too, and there was like 5 events, but my horse luckily just was an all-around, did it all. So most people have like 1 or 2 horses for different events, but Candy, my girl, she did it all.
Candy?
So, yeah, that was
such
my
a good
horse.
name.
Yeah, she was the best. But I got lucked out with her.
Is she still kicking or?
No, she passed a few
apologies.
years ago. So
condolences.
You had her your whole childhood though?
She I got it for my birthday. I can't remember at what age, but before grade 6, kind of getting into
I'm so
rodeo.
jealous. I ask for a horse for my
I-
birthday every year.
Have never met someone that actually got a
I-
pony for their
I
birthday.
am so jealous.
That is insane.
It might have not been right on my birthday, but it was like, this is your birthday present. You're getting it in early for rodeo purposes. But
Oh, that's so
it was
special.
so exciting. I remember when I went and test rode her, I like didn't want to get off. It was like the best
people
thing
test
ever.
drive horses?
Yeah, I went
Okay.
and gave her a trial run, and yeah, she was awesome. So we were sold right away. And then one day she was just sitting at the barn in the fence, and I went out to do chores, and I was like, oh my God, there she is. So I took off running. But
Unreal.
That is
yeah.
the best story ever. That's
know.
so
Yeah.
special.
Your chores, do they involve picking rocks as well? Are you a rock picker?
I kind of got lucked out of that one with having 2 brothers. I was, all about the horses and the animals, and the boys were out there picking rocks. So
Nice.
yeah, kudos to them for doing that and still doing that to this day.
Does your family also hand out sweatshirts for people that come to pick rocks, or?
No, they do
No,
not.
that's just Ella.
Yeah,
No
that's
farm
just Ella.
merch?
I've been looking at her sweater line though. I was like, I gotta hook the farm up with some of these to rep. But
We're actively trying to seek out a couple sweatshirts. Like I keep trying to plan time to go just pick a rock really over there.
We're
I just
always
want a
looking for free
sweatshirt.
merch, really.
If you could put a
yeah,
good word in
Ella's
for
dad
us,
and
let
my
us know.
dad talk a lot on the phone. They're
Do
always,
they?
Yeah, they text nonstop and
About farm and stuff?
Yeah, farm and stuff, tractors. Warren and the Shelton family's red tractors were green tractors. So yeah, there's a big debate over all that.
Yeah.
So,
Of tractor color, or is
Yeah.
it like the make?
the make,
Right.
yeah, the brand were John Deere. They're red. So
Oh, that's a big difference.
yeah, big difference.
Yeah.
There's
always
not-
liked the
I don't
John Deere
know.
green.
Yeah.
That's the only
I don't
thing
know
I
any
like the
other
green.
brand. So I would, if someone said, name me a branded tractor, I'd be like John Deere. They'd be like, and I'd be like, that is
Don't know.
all they make in the whole wide world.
Yeah. Your first Olympics was like a really different experience. It was the COVID Olympics. There was that big delay right before the game with Russia. I forget, you weren't involved in any like COVID scares cases.
No.
Well,
we
you
had
had
a little
Yeah.
one
She-
before that game. Actually, someone got pulled from warm up, and we're like, "What is going on?"
But it was on their team, correct?
we had one on our team too get pulled.
Oh,
From
right.
warm-ups.
Yes, on ice warm ups. I can't remember what game it was for. I think it might have been that game against Russia, but yeah, there was a little scare, and then we didn't really know what was going on. But
There
Yeah.
was a long delay. Like, I
Yeah.
remember being forever and watch. You guys ended up playing with masks on, which is
Yeah.
certifiably
below
insane.
the nose,
forgot.
it's like your nose is sticking out. You're like, this is
That was like a
healthy.
fever dream, man. That whole
Yeah.
Olympics was wild. What are
Yeah.
some memories that stand out for you
That
from
are
that
crazy.
experience? Yeah, I guess other than like the mastering the game and all that.
Yeah, that one's definitely up there. Just getting up bright and early too, and getting tested for COVID every morning, and just the stress of that was insane.
Yeah.
Eating in the cubicles in the diner hall, just your friends next to you are trying to have a conversation, but you can't even hear what they're saying because you're in a little box. But yeah, that game's probably up there. But yeah, overall it was a cool experience. Just we were such a close group because we spent every day and together and couldn't really do anything else outside of that. So
That team is so magical to me, that 2022 team.
I know.
I just never for a second thought you guys were going to lose, to be so honest.
no, there was never a doubt in that locker room that we weren't coming out with gold. So it's pretty cool to say that.
During that delay though with Russia, because for us watching, we were kind of just like receiving information as the broadcasters were receiving it. No one really knew what was
Yeah.
going on. So what the heck were you guys doing? One, and two, like how was information being passed on to you?
Yeah, well, at first we didn't know how long it was going to be for. They were like, you can stay dressed, you can get undressed. Like, we don't know how long this delay will be. And so as it got longer, girls started to get undressed and grab coffee, snacks, whatever it is. And then someone, I don't know, remember who said it, but they're like, Bellsy, run a line dance for us. And I was like,
Skates
okay.
on?
Yeah, I think I had, or I don't know if I think I might have taken my skates off. But still full gear, and I was like, okay, we're doing this. So I got up and we put Footloose on, and I started teaching the girls a little line dance.
To Footloose?
Yeah, Footloose was the song. But yeah, it didn't last long. And then the coaches walked in, and I was like mid dance.
Stop.
I'm just gonna sit like,
Yeah.
Damn
it.
Yeah. I was like, come on,
It's
Troy.
really like
It was-
Footloose. They're trying to stop you from
I
dancing.
know.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, but yeah, it was super light in there. We were having lots of laughs and just trying to have fun with it.
Is that where you got the nickname T-Boss?
T-Boss, yeah. Pooh, well, I gave Pooh the nickname as T-Boss, and then she kind of relayed it back. And I was like, you can't call me T-Boss, like you're the T-Boss.
What is T-Boss?
It was before every game, there was someone that would be the speaker. You would have to hype the girls up somehow. And I kind of incorporated a cattle branding thing into my speech. And T-Boss is like the leader of the cattle branding. She makes all the decisions, make sure everything's in line and that it's going smoothly. So I kind of gave that nickname to her. And yeah, still through the lineup, they'll say good game T-Boss or whatever it is. But
she still throws it back and you throw it back at her too?
She
totally denied your nickname. That's illegal.
You can't tried to pass it
I know.
back.
It's like, you can't give my nickname. The one I have for you can't give it to me. But
yeah. That's not how nicknames work.
No, it's not.
But I'm kind of glad it is because I feel like T-Boss makes me giggle when I look at you for some reason. Like,
it
just like,
fits.
Yeah.
It's good.
Yeah. So she wasn't wrong in it. Like Pooh rarely misses, I feel. So
no, coming from her, I'll anything.
Yeah, you're kind of not allowed to deny that.
No.
Sorry.
No.
Sorry to break it to you here. That's cool though.
Yeah.
In that centralization year, I know you're good pals with Emma Malte. And we had been chatting with her because we interviewed Maggie Connors a little while ago. And I had let her know that we were going to be chatting with you too. And she was like, you got to ask her about the accident that we got in.
Oh.
Centralized year. And I was like, oh no, is everyone okay? She's like, the most outstanding performance. So, do you care to walk us through the moment?
That's a tough one. That's an embarrassing moment. But I was driving. I don't know how I got roped into driving because I hate driving in cities with a passion. Like everything about it just stresses me out. The highways, the merging, all that, the lights. But yeah, I was driving. Emma was in the passenger seat. Jamie Bourbonnais was in the back seat.
This car sounds fun.
We're in a massive SUV that they provided us, the team. And I was merging or trying to merge and Bucky's is laughing. But yeah, I thought the car ahead of me was going to go into the turning lane, but they just decided to come on to a full-on stop. So I'm looking to see if anyone's coming so I can start merging. And I didn't know if the car in front of me had come to a dead stop and we gave them a little tap.
Was it, just little?
Nobody was hurt?
No one was hurt. Like it was the smallest tap. Like no paint was even off both cars. Like I was like, oh, like this isn't a big deal. Like we barely tapped them. Like no harm done. Then they pull over. So I was like, oh, I guess we better pull over. And I just rolled down my window.
Yeah, this is the best part.
I can't even remember what I said, but I was
hey,
like,
how's it looking out there?
I was like, hey, how's it looking out there? And Jamie's like, Ashton, like we have to get out. So Jamie's getting out. Me and Emma are just dying in the front seats. Like, can't believe what is happening. And yeah, we had to talk to them and switch insurance and all that stuff. But we never heard what happened with it because obviously it was under Hockey Canada and I think they had to deal with all that stuff. So hopefully they didn't get hit too hard. Hopefully that turned out
well. That's like when we go to...
How's it looking out there? Imagine getting rear-ended and you pull over and you walk out like you're fuming and the person doesn't even get out of their car, just rolls out in the window and is like, hey, how's it looking out there?
They were not.
Can I go now?
They were not happy.
No, I can imagine.
That one gets brought up quite a bit and we chuckle, but...
I love it.
Yeah. You spent your first 2 years in Ottawa. Like, I'm sure you loved it there. Is there anything you want to say about just your time in Ottawa? And I feel like there was kind of a big shift between year 1 and year 2. Like, amazing season for you guys last year, going all the way to the final. Tell me about the Ottawa Charge experience.
Yeah, it was incredible being able to spend my first 2 years there as a professional athlete, and just the city and the fans, how welcoming they were right off the bat. And they are some diehard Charge fans there. They love, the city and us as players, and just playing in the TD places was pretty special. Every time you stepped out on to that ice, they were going to bring the energy, and just the group of girls there too were incredible. I learned so much from Jenner, LaRock, Clark Key as leaders, and super grateful for my time there and excited to bring that experience here in Vancouver.
Awesome. We know and love the fans as well.
Yeah.
Some of them love us. Some of them don't love us, and that's okay. Then the expansion draft presents itself. And like, were you ready for that? Did you have a feeling, an inkling? Like, did you think, okay, there's a chance I might go at some point? And then like first name that comes out of the mouth of Kara is you. Were you kind of like, holy shnikes, like, guess I better pack?
Yeah, I didn't really know what to expect going in. I knew that there was a high chance that I could be potentially picked up just from rumors and whatnot. And then the whole process of how the first pick was even decided, I was like, oh my God, like what is going on? And then, to hear my first name was, pretty special and just such an honor. And would have never expected.
Were you tuned in?
Yeah,
or
like, were you
just
sitting at home?
I was just sitting at home on the couch with Nina and a couple other college of her friends. And we were like, oh my God, like we all hugged and everyone was super excited. So it was pretty special.
Yeah. And then you just mentioned, Nina, you were at the entry draft as well when she was drafted to Vancouver.
Yeah.
How surreal was that to have your girlfriend drafted to the same team you were going to play for?
Yeah, we not in a million years would have thought that we would have both ended up here in year one of her career and me being picked up here. So pretty cool. We get to experience this season together and super excited for her with this being her hometown and everything to get to play at home.
What are you most excited about to be able to play out here? I mean, I feel like, after watching what took place in Vancouver last year with the game, and then obviously knowing the history here with the Vancouver Olympics, they got the connection. Like, this is a hockey city, and they're like super hungry for it. And you guys have your own rink, first team with your logo at center ice. Like, what is it about donning the Goldeneyes jersey that you're most excited about?
Yeah, I just think all of that you said, the history here, the city, how excited they are to have a PWHL team, this rink being our own and our branding and the Goldeneyes logo being everywhere. It's just super cool to see that. And I think the fans are going to be incredible here. Anytime you see someone, they're just super excited. And I think this place is going to be, packing with a lot of energy tomorrow, and it's going to be sold out on any given game that we have here. So it's pretty exciting.
We're recording this right before the day before the home opener, and I saw 3 Goldeneyes hats this morning when I was getting coffee at my hotel. It's insane. Congratulations are also in order.
Yes.
Just found out this morning you've been named captain of the Vancouver Goldeneyes, or was it last night? Tell us how you found out.
Literally right before practice, I had no idea, and coaches were we're gonna have a quick meeting. We're like, okay, like I was out shooting on the goalies and come in. And the first pick of Shannon with the Vancouver Rise was there with jerseys to represent for the captains. And we have, such an incredible leadership group and just so many leaders on this team with so much experience. So I wasn't really expecting it, but obviously, just super honored and excited to be named the first captain of this team. And just can't wait to get going with the group.
Well, we can confirm, Vancouver, you've got a good one.
You got a good one. This was so much fun.
Yes.
Thank you so much. We're pumped for tomorrow and pumped for you.
Thank you so much. Thanks for having me.
Enjoy all of it.
That was today's interview presented by Sober Carpenter, Canada's craft leader in non-alcoholic beer, full flavor, zero compromise. Ashton Bell, just goat tying. Or was it sheep tying or goat tying? It's both. Both happen. I forget which one she was doing.
Sheep, isn't it?
Yeah, I've seen calf tied. None of it is very nice, honestly. That's my least favorite rodeo event when they tie the little animals.
Yes. Oh, goat. Jackie's telling us it's goat.
It was goat. But they do sheep as well. Oh, mutton busting we were talking about as well with the little hockey helmets.
Right.
Ashton Bell is so
hilarious.
Awesome. Such a great captain for that team. Was so happy to see her get her first goal as captain a couple days ago. She's such a great character around the PWHL. Again, in terms of games coming up, we got one more Rivalry Series game that goes down on Saturday in Edmonton. One more chance for Canada to redeem themselves before they head over to Milan for the Olympic Games, where, wow, no room for error there. Right? Nope. It's going to be interesting, and 2 more days of the Euro Hockey Tour on the schedule as well. Okay, Tessa, let's get to Dr. Jill. We just have one, and it's about luck. Dr. Jill. This one is from Kevin, and I believe he's in Edmonton.
Mm-hmm.
So you both have your thing with Ottawa. I just got back from Game 3 of the Rivalry Series. This is my first time ever seeing a Team Canada of any sort, of any sport. Oh my gosh, that hurts me for you. And as I'm sure you are well aware, they are allowed a record number of goals against. So I'm going to cry myself to sleep as I consider that I may be a bad luck charm for an entire nation. I'm not sure if I'm even asking advice or what. It just hurts everywhere. So I'm a sucker for pain. I look forward to you breaking down the game on Friday. Cheers. Well, here we are, sir. And
it's not you.
I don't think you can take any blame for that because Canada was just not involved at all, Kevin.
Yeah,
like,
you
can't blame anyone. And if you want to blame someone, like, we can blame McDavid or something for being in that. I don't know. Like, blame a different celebrity. Don't wear it, Kevin. That was your first. You only had one try. You could see as many Canada games as you want, I think.
It should be. You know what? It was my first ever game. Canada let me down.
Yes. Yeah,
It's
I
not,
told that
it's
story
me.
about my first Leafs game, didn't I? When they lost 7-0 to Columbus. I didn't even hear the goal horn. It was so crazy. But then I went on a run after that, and I went to a few Leafs games when I was in university, and they would always win when I was there. So Kevin,
Yeah.
keep your head
going.
up, man. You should
Go to
go
the
again on
games.
Saturday, and maybe
Yeah.
you'll be able to shake it up. Who knows?
Hopefully.
Hopefully.
It's not looking reassuring, but yep.
Okay, we'll see how it goes. Another rivalry series game on Saturday. PWHL games fire up again on Tuesday. That's when we'll talk to you. Thank you very much to our sponsors, SharkNinja, Clever Mocktails, Sober Carpenter, everyone involved at the PWHL for helping us put this on. You can follow us on social media at jocksinjills. Again, if you want to send in a question for our Send It segment or our Dr. Jill segment, you could call us or text us. Leave us a voicemail at 1-929-542-2442 or email us jocksinjills@thepwhl.com. Drop us a DM across social media, Jocks and Jills. Subscribe across audio platforms. And again, we will talk to you all on Tuesday.